welcome to the Deep Dive.
Good to be here.
So today we're tackling something pretty universal, how we respond when life throws those really big difficulties at us.
Yeah, the moments that really test you. Our source is a daily devotion. Prayer is our first response, and it focuses on 2 Kings 19.
That's quite the scene, isn't it? You've got King Hezekiah, Jerusalem, under siege by this huge Assyrian army.
A massive threat, and they're not just militarily imposing, they're actually mocking God, basically daring him to do anything. It's intense.
Totally. So the core question for our deep dive is this. Faced with, well, utter panic, why did Hezekiah's first instinct seem to be prayer? Not defense plans, not diplomacy. Prayer. What's there for us?
Well, let's look at lesson 1, maybe. When you're afraid, bring it all to God.
Okay.
The text says Hezekiah hears the threats, and his immediate reaction, he tears his clothes, a real sign of, deep distress, and goes straight into the temple.
Right. He doesn't put on a brave face for the public first.
Not at all. And then he sends guys to the prophet Isaiah, basically saying, we need prayer. Ask God for help.
And that's key, isn't it? He didn't pretend he wasn't scared. He didn't immediately jump to human solutions. He took the fear, the confusion, everything straight to God.
Exactly. And it makes you think, how often is our first response anxiety or trying to figure it out ourselves or even anger? Hezekiah's example really flips that. What if prayer was the automatic go-to reaction?
It's a powerful thought. And the devotion mentions bringing others in, too. Like that verse in Matthew about agreeing in prayer. It's not always a solo thing.
Right. And it's about handling those emotions. Instead of letting fear or frustration control you, you bring those feelings to God.
Yeah, it reframes the whole idea of crying out. It's not weak, it's...
Well, it's actually an act of faith, believing he's the one who can handle it.
Precisely. It's saying, I can't, but you can.
Okay, so that's the initial reaction. But then things escalate, right? He gets a letter.
Yeah. A second threat, this time in writing. Even more pressure. And again, look at his response.
What does he do? He takes the letter itself into the temple, lays it out physically before the Lord, and then he prays.
Wow, like literally spreading the problem out before God.
Exactly. But here's lesson 2, maybe the deeper cut. Pray for God's glory, not just your own rescue.
Tell me more.
His prayer isn't just, God, save us. He specifically asks God to act so that all the kingdoms of the earth will know that he alone is God.
Oh, so it's bigger than just Jerusalem's survival. It's about God's reputation.
That's it. It's about aligning his desire for rescue with God's desire to be known and glorified. True faith, the devotion suggests, wants God's name honored above all.
That really changes how you might approach prayer in tough times.
Right.
Instead of just the get me out of this list.
You start asking, okay, God, how can you be glorified through this mess? It shifts the focus from just personal relief, which we all want, obviously,
Of course.
to wanting God's name lifted high. It transcends our immediate comfort zone.
And it suggests that maybe these difficulties, these trials, they can actually become, well, opportunities. Opportunities to point people towards God.
That's a powerful perspective shift. The struggle itself can become a testimony to his power or faithfulness. The ultimate goal isn't just comfort, but God himself.
Okay, so let's recap the main takeaways from this deep dive. When crisis hits, the first instinct, modeled by Hezekiah, should be prayer, bringing all the fear, the confusion, the raw emotion straight to God.
Don't hide it, don't delay. First response.
And second, our prayers need to stretch beyond just our own needs. We should be asking, actively seeking, how God can be glorified in whatever situation we're facing.
Right, aiming for his glory, not just our escape.
So that leaves us with a final thought, something for you to maybe reflect on.
Yeah, consider this. How might consciously shifting your prayer focus, moving from only seeking your solutions to also seeking God's glorification, how might that actually change your perspective on the challenges you're facing right now?
Definitely something worth thinking about.